Welcome everyone to our weekly video. I'm here in the narthex of the church with two veterans from our parish, Paul Rubenacker and John Plunkett. I think many of you recognize the two of them as longtime parishioners here, and we're filming this on Memorial Day. They were both at the Mass that we just had at 9 o'clock, and now they're going to be participating in the parade in town. And actually, John's father is the Grand Marshal this year, so that's something very exciting, which you can talk about in a second. But first, I thought I'd ask Paul just to maybe share with our parishioners where you served, what your experience was like.
Good morning, everyone. I served as a second lieutenant in Vietnam for 13 months, and then after that, Camp Pendleton, California, and that ended my active duty period of time, and then I spent 23 and a half years in the active reserve with the unit that's out in Garden City, Long Island, going to Norway, Japan, Germany a few times, and that pretty much wound up my experience in the Marine Corps.
Wow. And were you married at the time when you went into the Marines?
Yes, I was married right before I went overseas. My wife and I were married.
Okay. Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you for all those years of service. That's impressive. And John?
I entered service in Georgia, where I became a signal officer. From there, I spent 3 years in Germany doing communications, and from there transferred to Korea, where I met my wife. We did not marry there. I came back to the United States and took some classes in Georgia and Mississippi. Then I was stationed with the 10th Special Forces Group in Massachusetts. My wife came over while I was stationed in Massachusetts, and then I left active duty. I stayed in the reserves for about the next 10 years, and after 9/11, while I was still in the reserves, they called me back, and so I spent about another 5 years on active duty, training units in how to do good staff work. So before they deployed overseas, and then I retired in 2011.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. And your dad, where did he serve?
My father was drafted in 1951. He went through basic training with a group of people that were supposed to all head to Korea, but there were still requirements at the time for individual assignments in Germany, and he actually got one of those. So he spent his time in Germany as a quartermaster.
Okay, wow. And my uncle was the same thing during the Vietnam War. I guess there was a big base in Germany as well, and for whatever reason he was stationed in Germany, so he actually never got over to Vietnam and that. But I thank the both of you for your service to the country. And as we all know, this is a very solemn day for our country. I know people have a lot of picnics and barbecues and their celebrations, but may we never ever forget the reason why we have this day off from work and it's a federal holiday. It's really to honor those men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice of their lives to defend our country and to defend freedom throughout the world. So to you, Paul and John, thank you very much for being on there. We'll see you at the parade. And parishioners, thanks for always tuning in. And we'll see you at church. Bye-bye.